Dan, welcome to Mexico. I know this is a personal story. Where did you decide to write it?
As you said, my brother and I lost our father when we were very young, and so we don't remember him, and we've always wondered who was he and how were we like him? How would we become adults, and in what ways would we be similar? And my filmmaking partner, Corey Ray, and I decided we wanted to do something that came from an honest place and a truthful place. That's why we chose to tell this story. And Pixar is really encouraging with their filmmakers being vulnerable and talking about something true that they believe in.
What was your biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge on a lot of the movies we make at Pixar is always the story. And by that I mean just crafting the story to make sense and to make its point. And that's why it takes upwards of 6 years to do that.
You and Corey worked together since Monster University. How was it to work with Corey?
It's wonderful. I mean, we've been together 10 years now making these films. We want to make the same types of films, but she knows how to challenge me when I need challenging, how to support me when I need supporting, and I've learned how to do the same for her. But also Corey really knows how to put together a team of people who she thinks will challenge each other and support each other in the best possible way. I mean, she really comes from a coaching background, and you can tell by the way she puts these teams together. It's pretty wonderful to watch.
Who inspired to create Ian, Barley, and Laurel?
Ian is loosely based on myself. I was the younger brother, and definitely who I was when I was 16, very shy and awkward. My older brother, Bill, was the inspiration for Barley. Bill is nothing like Barley. He's not like a wild, crazy maniac, but he is very much like him in intention and support. And then Laurel is a lot like my mom and my aunt in that very strong, funny, almost sardonically funny, gallows humor type of parents who know their kids specifically. Like you'll see Laurel knows how to be a little softer on Ian, a little harder on Barley.
I would like to know 3 things that are still on your bucket list.
3 things on my bucket list?
Yes.
Well, I mean, in general, I'd like to travel more, this is my first time in Mexico City, so this is a first, and I'm so excited. I've wanted to go for so long. So seeing a little more of the world, man, I would. I'm so put on the spot. I think that is a big one. I think with it comes meeting a lot more people, which I think is important. Meeting people from different backgrounds, I'd love to do more. And that's it. I'm pretty happy. I'm sure there's things, but I've gotten to do a lot of the things I've wanted to do.
An Oscar maybe with a...
We'll see. I just want people to see it.
Okay. If you could spend one day with someone you love, who will it be and why?
Living or deceased, just in general?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I'm lucky that I get to spend every day with, well, not every day, but many days with my wife, Michelle. And I think that one of the joys of being in love and being able to spend your time with someone you love is that every night when I come back from a long day of work and we go to bed at night, I look at her and I think, I'm never gonna get to see you enough. Like, I will die having never seen you enough. And I think that sounds like a bad thing, but it's a wonderful thing, you know.
Wow, lovely. I must ask, will we find Easter eggs in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, there's Easter eggs I don't even know about. There were folks at Pixar who were in charge of putting them places, and every now and then they'd say, how about this here? And I'd be like, sure. But there's the Pizza Planet car, although it's got a different name, so keep an eye out, it's hard to find. And the A113, which is always in the movies, is done in a different way than it's ever been done.
Okay.
So keep an eye.
Another?
And then other than that, there's one really, really, really deep cut fantasy thing that it's the only fantasy related thing I asked to put in there, and no one's ever gonna get it.
Okay. How was it to work with Tom Holland, Chris Pratt, Octavia Spencer, Julia Louis?
Well, I'm a big fan of all of theirs, and so is Corey. So Tom and Chris are so fun because they are friends and they get along, so they have a brotherly quality already. Chris is kind of the big brother to him. Octavia is so full of energy and works so hard and will like really go for it. You know, when you push her, she'll chew the scenery. And Julia is just I think, one of the funniest people in the world, and so just to be in the room with her and hear her make funny comments was like pretty amazing.
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, obviously I have a lot of them. I think my favorite scene is the end of the movie that I can't spoil. It's the point of the movie, and I think that's important when making a film, is to know what your point is and work toward it.
How many characters appeared in the movie?
That's a great question, and I wish Corey was here. She might know. It's hundreds and hundreds. I mean, and they're all different types of characters. There's horse characters and, you know, characters that have fins instead of legs, and that's very difficult to do in animation because you have to set up all these different types of walking characters. That was one of the hardest things in creating this world, was figuring that out. So it's a very rich movie that I think you can watch a lot of times and find stuff in the background. Cena Information, please come see Onward on March 6th.